Hello, Pisces. Let's get a pulse on your week for March 22nd through the 29th of 2021. 2020. Anyway, so let's see where we've passed the equinox. We've passed the official start of the year with because winter's over. It is now spring. Nobody can tell us otherwise. You better listen, snow. Anyway, I'm done. I'm so done with winter. Aren't you, Pisces? Aren't you ready for the sun to be shining? Aren't you ready for the flowers to come out? Woo, goodness. And there's going to be a full moon in Libra coming up on the 28th. So that what that energy is all about, and I feel like the mutable signs are really feeling it right now, because mutable signs tend to be more empathic. They're like, whatever mask I need to wear in order to protect myself, in order to be loved by other people, I will do that. But that full moon is shining on the person behind the mask. It's like, I gotta get out. I've gotta be me. I gotta be me. And so yeah, that's something that's going to be coming up this week. I'm going to create some readings specifically for the full moon in Libra, and so I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about that as we get closer to the full moon. But I just wanted to point out that's what's coming up. So let's go ahead and get your messages done. Spread out my little deck here, my little gigantic deck, and find out what you need to know. I'm pulling these two cards here. Ooh. Movement in love. Somebody's coming in and you are going back, right? Somebody's coming. Yeah. So the arrows of love is bringing in the messages of love. Somebody's coming. Somebody's got something to give you. Ooh, this is interesting. What do you think of that? If with it being in the upright, I feel like you kind of like it. But what have we got here? Well, the Ten of Swords. What if I accept? What if I accept? Either you've got somebody else going that's going to have their feelings hurt by it, or you're worried that they'll have their feelings hurt by it, or there's been like some betrayal in the past that's left you feeling a little bit wary about accepting love messages. And whatever happened before is like, oh, so is this person a flake? Or like, whatever. Like, it's trouble. It's trouble. Like, you like it. It's welcome. They're welcome messages, welcome love messages. But at the same time, you're like, but I've been hurt before, or I might hurt somebody. And hurting someone else hurts me. So remember what I was talking about that conflict between who you are inside and how you present yourself? So that's going to be really illuminated this week. Well, what's the advice going forward for Pisces in this scenario? Well, we got the Aries. It's Aries season. The Aries symbol, which is the Page of Wands. It's being vulnerable and allowing yourself to go forward with what you're excited about, in spite of what other people think. So is that selfish? Are you being a complete jerk? Is that selfish for you to do you, to be happy being you, including accepting the advances of someone even though it's scary? Is that selfish? Only if things are imbalanced. You got to make sure that you know that things are in good balance with, if you are already with another partner and things aren't quite finished yet, you're worried about hurting them, make sure that things are, that you don't owe them one. Is that, I mean, I know that sounds superficial, but there's a balance to be had, right? So sometimes things don't go completely balanced, but if this other person's been doing a lot for you, investing a lot of their time and energy into you, there's got to be a way to make things square with them, to leave them in a state where they go, okay, I must surrender this. I must be okay with this. And I'm not getting that like you have to be totally out front in the open about the whole thing. Like, you don't necessarily have to tell the other person, but just make sure that the way that you interact with your, number one partner is leaving them feeling fulfilled and satisfied to give you the space that you need. Okay. Yeah, only communicate if that's something that you've agreed on, or if they ask, right? Otherwise, I'm not seeing that it's actually going to help them to know what you're up to. Because sometimes we have, excuse me, sometimes we have those fleeting affairs that come and go, and we just have to accept them because that's just part of our journey. There's something that we needed to learn from it. And I'm not getting the devil energy, meaning like some like imbalanced obsession or anything like that. It's just like it's connection. It's connection with another person that feels good. So I'm seeing, just let yourself be open and vulnerable to enjoy it. Don't expect too much out of it. Don't attach yourself too much to it emotionally. And yeah, just enjoy it and let it go when it's done, when it's run its course. Okay. Just let it roll the way it's going to. And just make sure that you're treating everyone else in your life in a fair and balanced and lovely way. Okay? Pisces, if you love my vibe, make sure and subscribe. That was so silly. That was so corny. Anyway, I post readings 2 or 3 times a week for just messages just like this, like random stuff. And I love you. And it looks like you're going to have a kind of an interesting week. I'll see you later, Pisces.